good clarification question. I like people thinking together, but evidence has to be individual, because we've always got somebody who drops out of the group at the last minute and we're stuck. So it's all independent.
If we're evaluating something like in our real work and we have a coworker who's not in our class,
You can list them.
we can list them.
We can list them. Yep, exactly. And that's a very true statement for several of you in the classroom, the projects that you're thinking about.
Basically, everything we've done will be transferred.
That's what I'm trying to stress. And I don't want you to feel that this is major. This is everything that we've done, and that's why it's our culminating task. So it's really, let's celebrate. I call my assessments, I like for you to think of them as celebrations of learning, and this really is, let's celebrate what we learned from evaluation, using our graded discussion content, using our logic model, and what we're going to talk about tonight, our data collection task. Let's just put it all together, because that's actually how evaluation works. We just don't do a logic model, we put everything together. So the model, I have a model, the model is the poster. It's your handout.
Like this.
Yep. And that's why I'd say it can look like that, or you can organize it differently. That just made logical sense to me, how I laid it out. Again, I went down, you can go across, so just all that content needs to be there somewhere.
So are we able to question, answer?
Sure.
Okay.
Again, I'd say this is where you have fun with it, make it creative. Headers are nice, just make it clear. And again, good posters don't have tons of text on it. We can read them, there's white space. And we don't have to use a magnifying glass to read the font on your content. So again, there, keep in mind, how can you succinctly present your content? So part two, we're going to talk about tonight, but a lot of it is going to be your logic model. And your logic model, you're going to get back tonight my very specific feedback on your logic model. So you'll have, I always like to say, someone asked this earlier in class, and I mentioned this the other 2 times that we've met. Whenever I give you feedback, if you don't fall in the on-target category, I always encourage you, resubmit, try again. Your scores are not final until the last week of class. So this is, I encourage you, I want you to think about mastery learning. That's what I like to promote. If you don't get it right the first time, try again. But there's no penalty for trying again. Just try again because we want you to get it right. In this case, if you made edits or mistakes or a need for edits on your logic model is going to go on this poster. So don't you want your poster to have the corrections on it? So that's right. It's your choice if you make edits or not. And like I said, people are going to see, and I'm already giving you feedback, your logic model is going to be on here. So if you've got comments from me to suggestions for improvement, I'm going to encourage you to make them. Bless you. All right, so part two, again, these are just pieces of content that flowed together for me. As I was suggesting, this is what should go in your poster. What are your objectives? Who are the participants? What are your activities, your outputs? Again, that should be very familiar language. That's logic model language. What theory supports? So this is a question you've thought about more with response 4 for threaded discussion. What theory? And caution or pause when we say theory. This goes back to 9th 1. Theory does not have to be a direct citation. Theory does not have to be a direct citation. Theory could be based off of the group that you're working with. They collectively think that this is the best practice. They may not have a research article that they're citing. They might have just anecdotal evidence. Some of you work with 4-H, just as an example. 4-H has a lot of practices. They use the hand. Is there research about their hand symbol? Or is that theory, that people think that those are just good pillars, if you will, of things to put together? We have character education in some of our schools. And there's pillars to character education. And there's 6 of them, and they each have a name. That's a theory that would say, there's not necessarily research that says you must do each of these 6 pillars. But it's people's best thinking, best knowledge. So the theory does not have to be a direct citation.
If it does have a citation,
Then you put it.
then we put it, and then we add references at the end.
Yep.
APA.
That APA, yes. And that's good information to include on your one-pager, more so than on your poster
You would
presentation.
put it on your
You
poster.
could put the author and the year, but you would put the full citation. That's nice to put on your one-pager. I'd say unless you've got room on your poster, that information that's a little bit too much. Author and year is fine, you could have your bibliography,
We usually do put the references on the posters.
if you've got room. Yeah.
Usually it's just one or two per year. Yeah.
If you normally don't have a ton.
Right. It's just
Yeah.
a little bit,
Just so. So again, I just don't want you to be scared when you hit number 4 and think, oh, I have to go find a lot of citations. If you have them, you do. If you don't, it's the stakeholders theory. How you ensure implementation is going to occur. And again, that's hypothetical right now. But what are you going to do? And so again, that's a little bit of your chapter 4 thinking as well. What are your outcomes? Those are on your logic model. This is what we're going to talk about tonight, number 7. What will be the measures that you're going to use to assess your outcomes? Some of you have already started thinking that direction. Some of us are going to think a little bit harder on that tonight. Part 3, I'm going to just scroll up for us, but there's just 2 parts to part 3. Create a logic model. And then what methods will be used to analyze each measure. So that's again what we're going to talk about tonight. So number 1, again, everybody submitted their logic model. As class, we've got 100% submission, so good job. So that logic model should go right on your district presentation. But again, you're going to get feedback from me tonight that you need to make edits or improvements to it. I'm going to encourage you to do that before you put it on your poster. So this is more bullet points, if you will. This is picture. It's the same content. So you should just be pulling these statements essentially from your logic model for the most part. So again, what we're doing is we're putting a visual image, that's your logic model. This is our quick summary of the content. That it's the same content. You shouldn't be really thinking up and saying, ooh, I got this new idea. It should be the same stuff. Okay? That's why I just want to say, this isn't that hard if you've been keeping up with all the content of the course. What methods will be used to analyze each measure? So again, we're going to talk about that tonight. And that's a little bit more in this chapter 7 and content you've been reading. And then the last part. The last part